Hey y'all, welcome back to a brand new season and a very brand new episode of Girl, Why You Still Single? It's your favorite podcast host, Dion Chalette, and I'm super excited to be back with a brand new season, y'all. Last season was such a roller coaster, and I just wanted to take some time out to thank each and every one of you for all of your support and encouragement as I stepped out of my comfort zone to minister and heal and reflect on why I feel as though I'm still single. And as I went through last season, I realized that there wasn't just one answer to that question. I felt like God allowed me to not only reflect on my past relationships, but He also allowed me to talk through different experiences throughout my life, different decisions that I've made, good or bad, um, that all have played a major part in why I'm still single. But I don't want you all to think that, being single is something bad. I feel like I'm still blessed, I'm still saved, I'm still happy, and most importantly, I am still open to a godly relationship. So, this season, I have some new topics. I'm inviting some very special guests on to help me tap into some deeper conversations. So, I'm super excited, y'all, and I pray that you all are excited with me. And yeah, let's just get into this very next episode that's entitled Mr. Wrong. I've recently read a quote that stated, the faster you say no to the wrong guy or girl or any type of relationship in your life, faster you will meet that Mr. Right or that Mrs. Right. Now, the very first question that popped into my mind was, why do we continuously see the wrong and yet still waste time knowing he or she ain't the one? How many times have you wasted time knowing God has already sent you every sign it was, and you still continue to pursue the situation? Now, I'm going to let you all know that I have done it, and sometimes I still feel like I'm doing it during my dating season. Transparent moment. So, the very last date I went on, it kind of kicked me in the butt because at first I was kind of hesitant about going on this date because I had already previously been on a date with this guy a couple of years back and it didn't work out. So, after a little persuasion, I decided to take this guy up on his offer because he was being very persistent. Now, don't get me wrong, the date went well. He picked me up from my house and took me to a very nice restaurant. We had great conversation, and after dinner, we went out and had a couple of drinks, talked a little bit more. So, if I was to rate the date, I would say it was around a 7.5, 8 maybe. So, boom, I'm finally like, okay, well, maybe I can really get to know this guy. He seems like he's, pretty nice. He's focused. He's family oriented. And, I'm willing to give him a second chance. But how shortly lived was this statement? So, a new week starts. And, I'm trying to get into the flow of my things at work. And, unexpectedly, one of my best friends' mom passes away. And, I immediately go into protector mode because all I could remember was how much I needed a hug and company when my mother passed away. So, to make a long story short, over the course of about 2 weeks, I stayed in contact the best that I could with this particular gentleman while, I'm still trying to be there for my friend and working, working on my business, and most importantly, just trying to stay sane. And I would say I may have missed a text message or two throughout that 2 week span. Now, let's fast forward to me down visiting with my girlfriend for her mother's services. And I get a text message around midnight. from the gentleman saying that, he feels as though it's time for him to step back because I haven't responded or showed him enough interest. And at this point, y'all, like, I'm like, hold on, wait a minute. Like, literally, we had just spoken a few days prior. So why would he text me the nonsense? So I immediately go into defense mode. One, because I look at my phone to see if I had any type of missed calls or text messages from him. And literally, it was one text message I didn't respond to. And I'm like, okay, what is he talking about? Then I realized sometimes people will enter into your space for their own motives and for their own agendas. If it doesn't go the way that they pictured in their head, then they want to immediately back away from the situation. And before I got even more upset, I had to realize it's not for me to understand why people are only in our lives for a season or a reason. It's much more important for us to learn and grow from those particular experiences. God knows who belongs in your life and who doesn't. So, what did I do? I trust God and I let it go. Whoever is meant to be here, they will be here. Just as easy as someone enters into my space, I feel like it should be just as easy for me to let them go. So I say to you all, stop wasting time, forcing situations that God doesn't have his hands on. I'm a firm believer that when that right person comes into your life, it won't take long for you to figure it out. So this week's homework is, which relationships are you forcing in your life right now? Whether it is a friendship, a situationship, an entanglement, whatever type of relationship it is. Why are you forcing that relationship? How are you benefiting from it? Does it nourish you? Does it elevate you? I want to thank you all for joining me on another episode of Girl, Why You Still Single? And until next time, let's remember to be intentional about living in our singleness.